this sold. You will notice that in a lot of these, as I was going to say before I went off on a tangent, that I usually will have a couple Skims sales a day. That's not an exaggeration, you guys. Probably about every day I have 1 to maybe 10 Skims sales because I purchase Skims liquidation here locally. I go and pick it up from my supplier here in Los Angeles. And 99% of it, I list it. I list it on Poshmark and eBay. And then I would say like the other, I shouldn't say 99, maybe 90% I list, and the other 10% I put on live sales. The reason I do 10%, I used to do 100%. I would live sell Skims, and I kind of became known as the Skims live seller person, is because I get way more for it when I sell it, when I list it. There are a lot more sellers that sell Skims now live, and the competition is just more, so the prices have dropped. So I just command so much more of a higher price when I just traditionally list it and let the right buyer find it. And I've found that a lot of the Skims buyers on the live sales are resellers themselves, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I've always been really honest with you guys that I am not a reseller that wants to be the reseller that sells to resellers, because I'm a reseller, you guys. I get it. We all want a deal, but I want to sell this stuff to maximize my profit. And usually the people who are paying the highest profit for this stuff are not resellers. They're people that are buying it for themselves. They're buying it for gifts. So like this bra sold for what, 30, 40 bucks on a live sale. I'd be lucky to get $20 for this. So, all right, this was a long clip. This is why I can't do ship with me videos also. I talk too dang much. This looks like nothing, but whenever I go thrifting, you guys, I always tell you, I don't use gloves or anything. A lot of people will use gloves when they're at the bins. I need to feel the fabric because I find stuff like this all the time. This is the brand Sud. Never heard of it in my life. Comment down below if you have. But I felt and I knew immediately. I was like, this is 100% linen. And it is made in Italy. And I was like, absolutely, I'm going to pick this up. This sold, you guys. Of course, you know I don't remember the exact amount. I'll put the listing on the screen. This is a great profit. It literally, like, if I had gloves on, I would have not been able to feel this fabric. I probably just would have passed over this. It has pockets. I love not wearing gloves for that reason. I find silk that way. I find linen. I can feel if, you know, the fabric feels like it's a good fabric after years and years of doing this. So, and this is a new to me brand. Never heard of it. And now that I'm seeing the tag, I feel like, you guys, I've probably seen this many times at the thrift store. I don't know. I feel like my mind plays tricks on me because sometimes when I discover a new brand, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen that before. I've seen it a million times, knowing dang well I probably haven't seen it at all. But I swear this does stand out to me, that I would like see it and be like, oh, that looks like nothing. Let's just keep moving. So don't always judge a book by its cover, you guys. This sold in less than a month. This sold very fast. So love it. And it's very timely considering I'm filming this in May and it's 100% linen. All right. We're now at the storage unit. This is the same day, you guys. My day is so all over the place. So when I have a lot of shipping, so when I'm telling you guys I have a lot of shipping to do, I'm not joking. These are all different bins. So I organize them by the bin number so that I don't have to pull the same bin twice. So like that's bin number 1, this is bin number 5, 10, so on and so forth. So like when I have like this bin number 10, I have 3 orders I need to pull out of it. That is how I go super fast. Little pro tip, I guess, from me to you. A lot of you probably already do this, but honestly, I didn't start doing this till after years of shipping lots of items every day. So that's what I do, and that's how I'm able to ship really fast. So like bin 1, this is bin 5, bin 10, blah, blah, blah. I know my handwriting is atrocious. I'm working on it. I'm actually, I think I told you guys, I bought this book on Amazon. I'll link it down below, where you practice your penmanship, because I grew up in the era where we learned everything on the computer and they didn't teach us how to write. That's not an excuse. There's no reason it should look like chicken scratch. So anyways, let's keep going with the shipping. For those of you that are new here, this is what I mean by the bin number. So it's all labeled 1 through 40. I think I'm up to 46 over there. you can see when I started, I used to do letters, but then that got confusing because we got to Z. So then we started doing A, B, A, C. And I was like, I don't like this. I saw someone on YouTube doing it years ago, and that's why I did letters. But I much like numbers much more because it's just infinite, you know, and you don't have to double up. So I started doing bin, but then I just moved to numbers, and it's really upsetting me that some say bin and some are just numbers. You guys, that's how, I guess, type A I am. I don't know what that is, but it bothers me a lot. So I'm actually, my mom and I, the next time I do inventory, which is coming up at the end of the year, what I do when I do inventory is I take a couple bins home. I actually wash the tops because I like these to be clean because they can get a little dirty. I wash them just from, you know, being in storage. I wash the tops, and then I'll leave the ones that have the numbers. It's even bugging me that some fonts are different. That I'm like, okay, Nikki, get over it, you know. But I will, the ones that say bin, I'm just gonna take that off and just do numbers and try to match this font. I think that's like Times New Roman or something. So that's what I mean when I say bin, for those of you that are new here. All right, this did not sell, but I wish it would. I have had this purse for, no joke, probably 4 years. This is a Stuart Weitzman. So it was new with the tags, but somehow the tags came off, but it was $795. I've had this for so long. If any of you want this, I'm going to link this down below. Please go buy it. I want to keep it, you guys, but I have enough handbags. It's beautiful. It's brand new. The tag is not attached, but it's in the bag. I've relisted this so many times, and yes, poor Stuart Weitzman. It retails for so much, and I really like his shoes. I own a couple of his shoes. Very good quality. It's a designer brand, but the resell is just not there for certain pieces. I still sell the shoes, more current styles, but yeah, any of you want this bag, you can gift it to someone, and they'll literally think you spent $800 on them. At this point, I would take like any reasonable offers. And it's very big. I'll leave a link to it in the description box. Send me an offer, please. I was thinking this would be a good piece to auction. You know what? Maybe I could use this as like a marketing tool for my live sales and just start this at a really low price and see how it goes. Maybe I'll do that. So never mind. I retract everything I just said. If this is still available and it doesn't sell in a live sale, I will link it down below. But sometimes that's a good like little marketing technique to get people in, like $5 start Stuart Weitzman purse, and just see how it goes. You know what I mean? So if it's still available, I'll link it down below. All right, friends, we are going to take it back to 2 weeks ago, Miami, my bachelorette party. Yes, I went thrifting, friends. This was one of my favorite thrifting trips this year. I think it's so funny how subjective thrifting can be, because a couple of you that are from Miami that have moved away have said you hated thrifting in Miami. One of you, I can't remember who it was, said that you used to live in Miami and you moved to Dallas. I think it was Dallas or somewhere in Texas, and how the thrifting is so much better in Texas. But you guys, I loved this thrift store. Hands down, one of my favorite thrift trips of the year. It was clean, it was big, and I just kept finding item after item after item. I was only in this store, you guys, for 45 minutes, and I ended up finding 20 items, and 5 of them have already sold, you guys. And this was 2 weeks ago. So, well, I think it's closer to 3 weeks at this point. It's just so subjective, right? Somebody will message me and say, I live in Alabama and the thrifting sucks. How else can I be a reseller? Where can I find items? Where can I source? And then someone else will comment and say, well, I live in Alabama in a small town and I find things all the time. It's just really subjective, friends. I feel like it really is. Even if we're all finding different items and we're all looking up comps, some people will say an area is great. Some people will say it's not. That's why you just have to get out there and do the work yourself. So, all that to say, I loved thrifting at this store, you guys. If you've been watching the videos, I've kind of already shown you a haul of most of the items I've got from here, but I will be showing you more throughout the videos. I don't think I've shown you everything. There will be like a full haul. This is one of those stores that I've been mentioning, you guys, that if I could, I would come back here and just thrift every day for a week. That Madewell top, $8. I decided to pass. They did have a sale here but I didn't understand the sale. I think it's the color of tag, but it's like the little barb, not the actual tag. So you see how that was yellow? It's really small. I didn't understand that until I checked out. I picked up this equipment silk top. It's floral. It's 100% silk, and it was in great condition. Equipment is worth looking up, you guys. Some of their styles can resell for quite a bit. This shirt probably retailed for like $300. You can see, actually, I thought it was in perfect condition. There's some runs in the silk there, but still, I could probably get like 30, maybe 40 bucks for that. And I just disclosed the flaw. Probably. All right, friends, we have another car chat. I just finished. Hope you guys. Oh, you guys almost fell down. I need to get a stand for this, you guys. Let me hold you here. I just finished my Saturday live sale. I'm just gonna hold you for a second. My Saturday live sale, it was almost 4 hours. I'm not gonna look at you guys while I'm driving. I'm stuffed. It was about 3.5 hours. It went really well. Some of you guys showed up. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a really good sale. I really like, oh no, we can't open that. I really like going live super early in the mornings, you guys, because I'm a morning person. I have the most energy. Also, there's not a ton of people on yet. I mean, it's a website with a ton of people on it. Poshmark has millions of users, but there's not a ton of people that are live. So I started the live sale at around 6 a.m. my time, which is still really early in the US. So I might do a pop-up tomorrow. I just turned the air on. I don't know if that's gonna bother you. It bugs me that my trunk looks so junky, you guys, but I'm currently doing inventory. So if you've seen my storage unit, I'm moving a lot of bins in and out of storage right now. So I have bins there. When I do inventory, I think I've told you guys this, I literally go through every single bin. I take the listing down, and I usually do a sell similar on eBay, and I completely delete it off Poshmark and relist it. It's very time consuming when you have 1,200 active listings, but it's worth it to me because, hang on, you're gonna go flying. Inevitably, I always find something that was not listed in the bins. I find things that should be listed that aren't listed. So I do that twice a year, you guys. And being a one-woman show, it's time consuming. I think in the future I might enlist the help of my mom to make it just go faster, because doing it by myself while keeping up with my active listings is really time consuming. So I had the bright idea. I'm getting married in less than 2 weeks, but I had the bright idea, let me just put my closet on 50% off sale. I don't do this often, you guys, maybe twice a year. I think the most I've ever done it was 3 times in a year. But I'd like to do it to move older inventory. I use Posture VA to do it. Not sponsored. I wish it was sponsored, Posture VA, if you'd love to sponsor me. But they have a button. It's like a button you click, you set the parameters. So I usually set it for 50% off on all items that are older than 60 days, that have been listed for 60 days or more. And I got a bunch of sales from that. It's usually lower dollar sales. Like most of the sales I got from that are $30 or less. A couple were over 30, but because I'm slashing the price by 50%, you can imagine it's a ton of low dollar sales, but it moves a ton of inventory and I still turn a profit. So maybe after we're done with this chatty portion, I'll go into my computer and share the screen of some of those sales. Some of the sales are like $9 sales, and some of the sales are $40 sales because some of the higher end items sold. So today was like a net, I'll just go into I was going to tell you the amount, but I will just go into the computer and show you the sales. I'll share my screen. I wanted to tell you guys something else. So I did my live sale this morning. That was great. Make sure I will link the listing. So if you like that listing, you guys, you'll be notified when I go live on Poshmark. I'll start linking that in the comments and on the description. I already did my shipping for today. We went to the post office before we went to Costco. How do you guys afford to feed big children? This is a little mom tangent, but this is all new to me. My oldest is 3 years old. My second son he's going to be 1 in about a week and a half. I don't know how we're going to afford to feed them as teenagers, you guys. We feed them as healthy as we can. Lots of fruits, lots of vegetables. But where we live in California, food is very expensive. So, like, I try to give them, like, organic milk, like, all that. But I'm like, this is insane. This can't be normal. My son, let me give you an example. I'm going to start filming it for my other channel. My son, my 3-year-old son, this is what he had for breakfast. He had a whole banana. Okay. He had a whole apple. He had, I usually give him 1 date because it has a lot of natural sugar and he gets very hyper. So I gave him a date. He had a whole bowl of oatmeal. He had a whole 8 ounces of milk. And then he said he was still hungry. So then I gave him like these little wafer crackers that are made from beets and vegetables. And then I gave him that. And then he said he was still, this is all between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. He was still hungry, so I gave him a biscuit. And he's going through a growth spurt. And I know that because he tells us that his legs hurt. He's going to be a very tall boy. He's going to be a big boy. Their dad is big. I understand that. But I'm like, you ate more for breakfast than I eat for breakfast and lunch. And if you saw the amount of oatmeal he ate, it was like a bowl this size, but full, like an inch, maybe an inch and a half of oatmeal. And then he said, well, I think I could have some blackberries, Mommy. So then he ate some blackberries. That is all between 8 and 10 a.m. And then he said, you guys, he was still hungry, but I was like, all right, like, why don't we just take a break? Take a break and let's see how you feel. And then by noon, he was ready for lunch. I don't know how people feed these large children. Like, I was telling my fiance's mom because she, she had 3 large children. And she was like, yeah, I mean, when I had to make breakfast, she said she had to make the whole carton of eggs for her 3 giant children and her giant husband. They would eat a whole carton of eggs for breakfast. I'm just like in shock, you guys, because I'm an only child. And my parents eat like freaking birds. Like, seriously, even my dad, like, they eat like birds. I eat like a bird. So then to have these giant children that eat like freaking giant children, I'm just thinking, like, once they're teenagers, we're just going to go broke. Like, all of our money is going to go to feeding these children. And I didn't even tell you what the 11-month-old ate. Anyways, that was just a mom inclusion in this video, you guys. This video is going to be long, so happy Sunday. I'm posting this on a Sunday. Grab a snack, grab a drink. Maybe you're listening, you're photographing, you're steaming, whatever you're doing. This is going to be a great video to throw on in the background because now we're going to go into my computer and I'm going to show you what sold from the 50% off. All right, first up, this is another Skims piece. This is one of their most popular selling lines. This is their soft smoothing line, and as the name states, it is super soft and super smoothing. I've always said if I could just get a palette of this particular line from Skims, I would be in heaven. I have this listed at $70, you guys. That's just for the tank top because they have been sold out online for months, especially in this color, I think almost like 7 months. And so whenever I list anything from this line, particularly the soft smoothing line, if you ever see this out in the wild, even retail arbitrage, you guys, it is worth looking up comps because it always sells within days, usually within 24 hours. I only had this listed for 4 days and I did the 50% off sale and I knew this would be one of the pieces that sold, so I had it listed for $70. I think brand new, this retailed for like $40, $50. It's selling for over retail because you can't find it online. So I was very happy with this $35 sale, and this is the only thing this person bought. They didn't bundle anything like that. Just, at Poshmark, people, unless they really want something, usually they'll buy a couple, at least from my closet, because I just have quite a few items. They'll buy 1 or, 2 or 3 things to, make the most out of their shipping. But this person paid $35 plus almost $8 in shipping for this tank, and I am very happy with that. And it's a size extra large, and I just wish, like I said, I wish I could find just a whole palette of just this line, I would be in heaven. Here is a bundle that a buyer purchased. I'm using the red block to block out her username. So this bundle gave me an earnings of 165. Very happy with that. This was a bundle that she created during a live sale, so I will do that. I will say, you know, since you're here live, you get a discount. So on this day, this is the day I was doing the 50% off sale, which probably wasn't my smartest move, considering I had to do shipping from the listings that were just selling from 50% off from the offers I sent, plus the shipping from the live sales. I had about 55 packages that I had to ship, but I was very happy for this bundle. I love getting bundle sales, you guys. So basically, you can see there's a couple of things she bought live, and then she basically said, okay, can you run these items so I can get the 50% off and pay one shipping fee? And I will absolutely do that. So if you ever want to come to a live sale, friends, I always leave a link to the live sales down below. My longest and biggest live sales are every Saturday morning. They usually start at 7 a.m. Pacific time. But yeah, so she made a great bundle. I made a great profit. You can see, I think you can see the earnings were 165. A couple of these items I got in my Revolve palette 29 million years ago. A couple of these items are from the Goodwill outlet. So I made a very good profit on this, and I love bundle sales. I don't get a ton of bundle sales, you guys, on eBay, and I don't know why that is. I've always speculated that it's just the culture that Poshmark has promoted since day one, you know, bundle, because they knew, you know, that their shipping was high for people, especially when they first started many moons ago, that, like, you know, because their only shipping option is priority, it kind of turned people off. So that's why they really promoted like bundle, bundle, bundle. So, you know, that $8, well, when they first started, priority shipping was not $8, but so that $8 shipping that we pay now doesn't feel like such a burden. When you're getting 2, 3, 4 items, it feels like it's worth it, you know. So, but on eBay, like maybe once or twice a month, I'll get a bundle sale, and then everything else is just people buying single items. A couple of times a month, what will happen is someone will go in my closet, and or my store, I should say, my eBay store, and buy a couple of separate items and pay shipping for each item. And there is a way to combine orders, you guys, on eBay. And it's really simple. You can combine orders and then basically give them the money back for the shipping. Or I think if before they pay, you can actually combine it and then you eBay automatically. I can't remember because I only do it like once or twice a month, but there is a way to do it that you can combine the orders. It's a different way to do it before they pay, and then if they do pay, there's a different way to do it. We could do a short video on it if you want to, or a quick Google search will tell you how to do it. I learned how to do it from Google literally like 4 years ago because I kept having people, like I said, that didn't know how to bundle. I feel like it's not as easy to know how to bundle too on eBay as it is on Poshmark. And they would just buy, like, one time I had a woman in January of this year buy 10 separate items, and she paid for shipping 10 separate times. So I had to combine that for her, and she was very grateful. They're so grateful when you do that for them because I don't think they even realize that they can do that on eBay. So I was very happy with this bundle sale. I'm going to stop here, you guys. I ended up having about I think it was like 32 sales from the 50% off sale, and I don't do that very often. I do it like once or twice a year, but I find it to be very effective at moving inventory, moving a lot of older inventory, and yeah, I'm going to keep doing that. I do want to plan them a little bit more. Usually I'll just say, oh, I haven't done a 50% off sale in the last 6 months. Let's do it, but I would like to plan it, promote it. I will do that. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you soon.